Hello, everybody, and welcome back. It's me, ChipZ. It's been a little while. Um, we could talk about why it's been a little while, but honestly, I kind of just want to read some One Piece. I know I haven't been streaming basically since last summer. There's a variety of reasons. I'm probably gonna get into it in a stream I'm planning to do over the weekend. I know, bro. I know, Ishmael. I'm alive. Even though I just saw you like earlier this week, but thank you for stopping by, my friend. Good to see you. But yeah, I've been super busy. Over the summer, my computer kind of got fucked up. I had to basically, like my solid state drive basically like got completely like wiped. I had to kind of like reconfigure my whole setup. And also get a new capture device. Like I had a bunch of issues with my setup that needed to be sorted out before I could get back to the regular streaming grind. That being said, I had some time off for the holidays. And then beyond that, like I've just been super busy. I got this past year, 2023 has been really, like a roller coaster. It mostly in like positive ways, but it's been very busy for me. And, basically like kind of, during the summer I got a new job. It's a good job. It pays pretty well in my field of expertise and stuff. Basically started seeing somebody which has been, wholly positive. Kind of got into a little bit better shape. Started doing kickboxing. So a lot of like really good things for me. But unfortunately, the thing that had to kind of take a back seat was my content creation endeavors, unfortunately. And part of it is just like my setup got fucked over the summer, and I just really didn't have time to address that and like actually fix it and set things up again until fairly recently. I've never seen this man before in my life. Yeah. I mean, I hope, I don't know what to say to this. But yes, it's been a long time. I might look a little different. I don't know. Probably not that different. I probably look pretty much the same, especially on camera. But anyway, so yeah, I could talk more about what's been going on with me over the past 6 months or whatever since last time I did a stream. But honestly, I've really been missing streaming. I plan to, now that my setup is back to normal, I plan to kind of get back into the regular grind. I want to start doing One Piece streams like once a week as per usual. But I also want to do gaming streams once per week as well. Still working on which days, unfortunately with my current work schedule and sort of my current social calendar, it can be a little bit difficult for me to figure out which days I'm going to be streaming. I like Thursday nights. I'm going to try to make that a thing again, for One Piece at least. And we're gonna catch up to One Piece. So for anyone who's just, hasn't really been talking to me in person, I haven't read One Piece since the last time I streamed my One Piece live reaction, which was chapter 1089. So I'm literally this is the longest I've gone in my adult life without reading One Piece. And honestly, it's been a welcome reprieve, man. I actually did watch the a Netflix live action show. I do have thoughts on it. I might talk about it in another video at some point or another stream. We'll see. But yeah, so there's a lot we got to catch up on, guys. And there's a ton of games that I just haven't been able to stream, unfortunately. And I basically have done zero gaming since I started this new job in June. So, or very little at least. I recently started playing a little bit of Elden Ring again. My friend Ishmael, thank you for getting me Baldur's Gate. Definitely plan to play that soon. And I did a little bit of, I played a little bit of Tears of the Kingdom in August, but I barely finished the tutorial. I don't even know if I did finish the tutorial. I've just put a lot of my nerd shit on the back burner, but you know what? New year, it's time to get back into that nerdy ass shit, bro. Here we go. So yeah, we're gonna do it. It's gonna be a good time. I'm looking forward to it. I hope you guys are looking forward to having fun and joining me on this adventure. And if you're not, it's all good, man. This isn't for anyone wondering, I'm a very casual streamer. I'm not someone who does this full time. I work full time. I have, other hobbies, other interests. That being said, I do think, to kind of incentivize myself to stream a little bit more regularly, I might expand what I kind of cover on my stream. So last couple of years, it was primarily like One Piece, doing our ChipZ Ahoy One Piece chapter live reactions like we're doing tonight. And then also just like gaming streams, like essentially, finding a game I'm interested in, kind of, doing like a playthrough on stream, and then like re-uploading it to the Bag of Chips YouTube channel after I'm done, kind of like in a more episodic nature. But I want to expand that. I want to start like kind of maybe watching some TV shows, like reacting to videos. I'm actually kind of trying to get back into like music production. So I'm still a little like, green when it comes to that stuff, but maybe once I get a little bit more comfortable doing it on my own, I might start doing that type of stuff on stream as well. Would love your guys' input on that. But yeah, it's just, 2023 was a really good year for me. I hope it was a okay year for you guys. But we're starting fresh in 2024, man, and I hope everybody here, has a great year. And my kind of mantra going into the new year when it comes to streaming is I'm just trying to have fun with it. And content creation in general, like, I wish I had more time to like kind of create like video essays and stuff. Unfortunately, with my current schedule, it's really hard to create like scripted content. But I am working on some other creative stuff behind the scenes that I might tell you guys more about before too long. Some stuff is still kind of in the works, but I want to do, more kind of like casual content creation like I've been doing with streaming. I find it really fun to do, and I've missed doing it. I've missed like interacting with you guys. I've missed reading One Piece. I've missed kind of, getting into my gaming backlog. There's so many games I've been meaning to get into. What was the game? There was that new, not Lords of the Fallen. Yeah, Lords of the Fallen. The new Lords of the Fallen came out. I need to finish like Bleak Faith, which I'm planning to get back into as well. There's Baldur's Gate 3 I want to play. I want to do more Tears of the Kingdom. There's like a bunch, and BioShock, like all kinds of like kind of classic games that I haven't played that like that I really want to get back into and play on stream or upload as like a YouTube kind of Let's Play type of thing, similar to what I did with my Elden Ring playthrough. Plus we have Shadow of the Erdtree coming before too long as well. So there's a ton of stuff I really want to get into, and a ton of more stuff I want to cover sort of as like a content creator or a burgeoning content creator. Z-list celebrities I've been called by jokingly by my homies. So yeah, and I appreciate anyone who feels like coming along for the ride, but totally like no pressure. I'm not someone who's gonna be like, oh man, smash that like and subscribe button. I'm not gonna say that type of shit unironically, just because at the end of the day, I'm just out here having a good time. Like, this is a fun way for me to kind of basically that streaming and content creation on YouTube has basically just allowed me, it's given me incentive to kind of do these fun sort of like hobbies that I have that I don't always make time for. It gives me like incentive to make time for this stuff. So yeah, so really excited to get into it with you guys. And without further ado, let's fucking get into One Piece chapter 1090. I might do more than 1090. We'll see how we're feeling. I'm getting a little bit of a later start because I had to troubleshoot some stuff with my streaming setup here and make sure I was gonna, set up to go. But yeah, dude, I'm so far behind on One Piece. I'm really excited to catch up. So without further ado, let's get into it. Chapter 1090. As I recall, I think we left off, we'd seen the flashback to what happened kind of like post-reverie, sort of, or like during the reverie a little bit, with Sabo, and there was that moon face guy who's related to Shanks. I've been so distant from any like One Piece discourse that I have like, I feel like I'm coming in, like honestly I'm really excited to talk about this stuff because I feel like before a lot of my feelings on One Piece were, I think, colored by the community. And I feel like I've had enough space and time away from, like, I don't know, the larger, like, One Piece community and, like, the discussions around things online that I feel like my my takes on stuff and my perspective on things should be pretty fresh and should be, like, pretty uninfluenced by, outside voices. So I'm really excited to kind of just, come to this with a fresh perspective. Hopefully that's something you guys will appreciate as well. And I'm looking forward to chatting about it with y'all as well, now that I'm kind of catching up. But I'm going to catch up, and then we can chat. And then, obviously I'm looking forward to kind of covering the current stuff. But, we're going to take our time catching up. So might do 2 chapters tonight. and then over the weekend I'm hoping to have a little bit more time to stream as well. So, all right, let's get into it without further ado. I know I keep saying that. Chapter 1090, and it's called Kizaru. So, ooh, what a chapter to leave off of, huh? And I think in the last chapter, the Straw Hats outmaneuvered York. They have York captured, and Kizaru and was it Saturn, Saint Saturn of the Gorosei were on their way. So let's see what happens here. Is it this one? Okay, yes. All right, so One Piece, chapter 1090, Kizaru. On the cover, we got our boy Captain Kuro. You know, the Black Cat Pirates appeared in the One Piece live action series. You gotta love this man. You know, I feel like Syrup Village, and again, I just said like, oh, my opinions are so not colored by the One Piece community. But, you know, I remember a lot of people, like, when discussing, like, best versus, like, worst arcs in One Piece, Syrup Village gets shat on a lot. And I get it. Like, there are, like, some early One Piece, like, trappings that it falls into. But, personally, I enjoy Syrup Village quite a bit, partially because Usopp, one of my favorite characters in the series, gets introduced in that arc. So that's, you know, awesome. But I like Kuro. Like, Kuro, say what you will about him, like, he's kind of like, oh, I've spent like 3 years making this plan, and then like people I think criticize the fact that like he is so impatient on the back of that 3-year plan that he can't wait another like 10 minutes to enact the plan, you know? And it's like, well, that seems kind of short-sighted of you, my dude, but whatever. But I've always liked his design. Like, I like the Butler design, like kind of like, and how, like, it goes from prim and proper to him, like, kind of, like, turning into sort of like a Bond villain. I like that sort of, or like a vampire, almost. I like the way they sort of, I like the way they presented him in the live-action series. I know that might be a bit more contentious among hardcore One Piece fans, but frankly, I mean, I'll give my general thoughts on the live-action series. I thought it's really hard to adapt One Piece, and I think they probably did about as good as they could. Obviously, there are things they could have maybe, I don't know, like, I don't see why they introduced, I don't want to spoil too much, obviously, because I don't know who's seen it versus who hasn't, but I think there are things they could have handled better, absolutely, and it is really corny, but, like, it's campy, and it knows it's campy, and it owns its camp, which is what you gotta do when adapting One Piece. That's kind of how you gotta be. You gotta own the camp. And I think they did a good job of doing that. So, I think, honestly, that's the most important thing. Like, similar to how the Speed Racer live action, which is pretty heavily, I feel like, generally pretty well received. Like, people like that, from what I've heard anyway. Like, there aren't a ton of good live action anime adaptations, but I think Speed Racer is one that most people think is pretty good. And it's just because of how absurd it is, and how, like, how fucking balls to the wall they went with it, essentially being like, yeah, we're just gonna, like, basically make it a cartoon, but just in live action, and, like, we're just gonna, like, make it super cheesy and funny, and, like, great, you know, and just, like, you know, not try to make it anything that it's not. And, like, I feel like One Piece, for the most part, did that as well. Like, they did a good job of riding the line of goofy and serious, and, like, you know, like they really leaned into like how like emotional and like how like the crew really cares about each other, like even without having spent that much time together. Like, I think they did what they needed to do to sell like the vibe of One Piece, if you know what I mean. Like, there are intangibles and like details that they could have done better, I think, personally, but I think for the most part, I think it was a fairly successful adaptation, at least this first season. Who knows like what they're gonna do from here. I feel like the biggest issue with One Piece is that, and as most One Piece fans know, like, you get more the more you delve into the series, and like the more you read the cover stories, the more you read the question and answers, the Q&A sections with Oda at the end of the volumes and stuff like that. I feel like it's hard to capture all of those details in like an 8-episode, you know, essentially mini series. So we'll see what happens. But you know, I'm cautiously optimistic because season 1 was all right. You know, it wasn't the best, but it was okay, and like I had fun with it, and I think that's what matters the most. You know, if anything, I think it did a good job of capturing the spirit of One Piece, which I think is like the most important thing to capture in an adaptation. of this series. So yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Not bad, Netflix. Not bad. All right, so we got Captain Kuro. He's doing the thing, trying not to poke his eyeballs out. I'm gonna try to cover this a little quicker. I'm not gonna like, you know, I'm definitely gonna like take my time going through things, but we do have a bit to catch up on, so I am gonna try to be a little quick. So hopefully that's all right, guys. All right, so let's scroll down, and here we go. Okay, hey, this is Monkey D. Luffy, the man who's gonna be the king of the pirates. Luffy, what are you doing? We've got all the Vegapunks up here. If you care about York's life, you'd better order those ships to clear off. So York was talking with the Gorosei, last I recall. So now Luffy's talking with the Gorosei, which is, I think, the first time Luffy has had any sort of direct contact with these guys. So that's actually interesting. I'm curious to see what revelations will come to light in this conversation, or if they will sort of drop any bombs on Luffy, like not like actual bombs, but like what would you say? Like, I guess how would you put it? Like a information bomb, if you will. Yeah, I'm curious to see what'll happen there. Luffy, what are you doing? We've got all the Vegapunks up here. If you care about York's life, you'd better order those ships to clear off. So they've got a hostage. Luffy understands that this is a hostage situation, and he's saying, and like, Luffy is bluffing, which is something he normally doesn't do, but it's cool. Like, I like that over the series, like over the course of the series, like Luffy has kind of like learned from people like Usopp and others that like sometimes you gotta like, he's not a good liar, but he can lie. And he's never been good at lying, but he can bluff. You know, he's learned a thing or two from Usopp, from the other people in the crew, from his friends. That like sometimes you gotta talk a big game to get what you want here. So we'll see what comes from that. I don't think these guys are gonna snap at the bait though. So Kizaru is here. ... Exclamation point! Exclamation point! Double exclamation point from Kizaru. What does he see, or what is he hearing? Oh, they're on the loudspeaker. Is that why? It looks like that might be on the loudspeaker. So, okay, so Kizaru's reacting to what Luffy just said. How cruel! He's even worse than I heard. What the heck? What's going on? So, okay, so we got... that's pretty funny. So from the world's perspective, he looks like a fucking crazy person. We know that York is a fucking cutthroat, you know, bitch, but... a bad bitch, but a cutthroat bad bitch. Absolutely. And, yeah, this ain't looking good for our boy Luffy over here. Alright. How cruel! He's even worse than I heard! So Morgans is freaking out. These guys are also freaking out. Vivi and Wapol, who are hanging out with Morgans, because they're basically enemies of the state by accident, because they saw some shit. World Economic Journal HQ. Isn't that Luffy-san? Says Vivi. Straw Hat Luffy. How many of you managed to survive over there? Or some of us are pretty banged up, and don't tell them that. Don't tell them, Luffy. Yeah, he just answers. Because he's Luffy, you know? He cannot tell a lie. Very well, at least. Don't tell them, Luffy. Gercheck. Beep beep. A woman's voice. Could it be Nico Robin? Beep beep. We can't just give away our status. They wanted to get information by keeping you talking. I see, my bad, but I bet what I said will make those ships back off. Oh, so they hung up. Oh no, they put them on hold. Okay, interesting. Interesting. As if the Navy won't fold that easily. Okay, so Luffy is very excited. This is a cute interaction. Like, Luffy thinks he did something here, which, you know, fair enough. Like, he's not usually someone who, like, bluffs like this, so I gotta give him respect for actually trying something like that. That's pretty cool. Alright, what else do we got? The Navy won't fold that easily. Beep, beep. There are 3 things we must secure. So this is Saturn, right? York's safety, Punk records, which we can access through her, and the power station that created the Mother Flame. Okay, so they need the Mother Flame. That's like the infinite power source that Vegapunk created. Right. Okay. The rest can... Or maybe... Wait, no. The Mother Flame was created in the Ancient Kingdom, but Vegapunk was studying the thing that created the Mother Frame. Or the Mother Frame or the Mother Flame? I'm going to go with Flame. because I think it's like an energy source. So flame would make more sense than frame, I believe. So we'll go with that. We'll go with that. And the power station that created the mother flame, the rest can be sacrificed if necessary. Okay. But sir, what about Rob Lucci's squad and the Cypher Pole agents that are still... I was merely stating the worst case scenario. Don't lose sight of what's important. Yes, sir. Okay, so we got this guy. I remember this guy. He was around during the Buster Call. He's a very, like, Akainu pilled guy. He's very much like a Red Dog type. He does not give a fuck about, like, collateral damage. Although here he seems, like, a little bit worried about, at very least, like, Rob Lucci. Like, he apparently is a fan of Rob. And, you know, that makes sense, because I think he was the one who was gassing up Rob during CP9 Saga. When Luffy and him were fighting. So maybe he's just a big Rob Lucci stan and he just really wants to save that boy, you know? Fair enough. Rob Lucci's pretty cool. Remember, oh, and I guess Rob and Kaku are teaming up. Yeah, it looks like they've teamed up with the boys, or with the gang. Which is interesting. I didn't realize they were still teamed up. But okay. Man, it's so much... One Piece is, like, going crazy right now. Apparently, like... That's kind of part of the reason why I really wanted to get back into it, is all my friends who read it are like, dude, shit is popping off. The Kuma shit is popping off. That's the only thing I know, is that, like, Kizaru shit is about to pop off, and Kuma shit is, like, currently popping off in the main timeline, or the main, the current chapters. I don't know, like, the details around any of that. Like, I've remained spoiler-free, pretty much, because I've been avoiding One Piece discourse until I had the time to catch back up. On stream, of course. But yeah, this is interesting. All right, so remember, human life holds no more value than that of an insect. Okay, so our man Saturn dropping based red pills in the chat. You love to see it. All right, no matter how far their numbers dwindle, it's always possible for them to multiply again. So he's basically like, humans are like rabbits. They can fuck their way into the resurgence or something. Okay, this guy's like, ... exclamation point, yes sir. Except this guy we know, I mean, I don't know, he's pretty tough looking, and he's got like a high rank. I mean, he could probably fuck. Yeah, he can procreate. You know, he's not the prettiest guy, but I expect, you know, he's got like a gruff masculine aura about him. He can get it, I think. Didn't you hear what they said to the five elders? Didn't you hear what they said? The five elders have my back. So we got York. She's crying, she's shitting herself, she's pissing her pants, she's freaking out. If you lay a finger on me, they'll wipe this island off the map, just like Ohara. I mean, that would be crazy. But I would be, like, I hope, that would be dope if, like an Ohara level event happened in real-time One Piece. I think I was saying this way back when, that would be really, really cool. Okay, yeah, let's see what happens here. So Nami beats the fuck out of York. Ouch, you won't get away with this. I'm telling the elders, bring it on. So Nami don't give a fuck. Beats the shit out of her for some reason. Because she mentioned Ohara. Oh, so Nami is beating York up on behalf. Back off, she's unarmed. How are your injuries, Robin? So Robin got really injured. How did that happen? Was that... Because a lot of stuff happens off screen in One Piece, and typically I don't mind it as much as, like, some other people. Mostly because, like, I think as long as the screen, like, I don't know, I don't need to see every detail. You can infer some things, right? Like, that's just kind of, I'm fine with that type of thing. I know some people, like, prefer to see, like, every single, like, detail of, like, every fight that is even, like, implied to happen ever, right? Like, some people didn't like that we didn't see, like, the actual ending of Ace versus Blackbeard, but, like, we knew the way that fight was going. It was more dramatic to end it the way they did, like, kind of with suggestion, as opposed to with, what would you call it? Like explicit, you know, like, making it explicit. I generally prefer the route of, like, artful suggestion over, like, making things, like, abundantly explicit. And I don't know, I guess some, like, shonen, I don't know, like, I don't want to be too mean with the way I say this, but it's hard for me not to be, because I feel like a lot of people, like, need things spelled out for them, like they're fucking 5 or some shit, or, like, you know, like elementary school kids, like, they just cannot infer shit for their life, you know? And, like, I do get it, like, sometimes it is nice to have something, like, explicitly spelled out, but personally, I like when, like, not every detail in a story, but I like when, like, things are artfully obscured in a way that like leads to additional like debate and conversation and analysis. Personally, like I find that it depends on how it's done. Obviously, like you can make things vague in a way that isn't additive in narratives and like stories and video games and comic series or whatever you want, or like TV shows, movies, etc. It just depends on how it's done. And generally speaking, I think One Piece does an okay job with it. There are times, like in Wano, I do think like there were certain times where something should have been given more focus, like Jack versus the Minx. Like I think that deserved more of a payoff, like more of like a grandiose kind of thing than we got in Wano. Same with like Drake versus CP0. Like or Drake and Apu versus CP0. Like I feel like that deserved like a chapter, as opposed to like a couple panels, you know what I'm saying? So that's just my opinion. I do see where people come from when they criticize that type of stuff though. So I get it. Anyway, sorry guys, I'm doing my thing where I meander and just kind of get verbose. So let's just talk. Let's read the chapter. So Brook is looking funny. This is a great. I mean, this is like kind of a rough panel, but it's a good panel. We got Vegapunk, Prime Vegapunk with the Stella with his funny backpack and apple head. We got Jinbei. We got Zoro. We got Brook. Robin's all fucked up. I'm trying to remember like what happened that made Robin so fucked up, and then Kaku is also fucked up. So we got all the other Vegapunks hanging out. Luffy and Bonnie are stuffing their face. What did Bonnie learn from the Kuma flashback? I know now that we will find this out like pretty soon, but I want to know now. I really want to know. She seems to be just chilling. So I'm like, girl, what the fuck happened? Like, I really need to know what you learned from your father's memory bubble or whatever. But whatever. Gosh, so she's all fucked up because Nami's fucking her up. Better thanks to you, Chopper. Praise like that doesn't make me happy or anything, you jerk. So Chopper's a tsundere, we know this. How pathetic. I know there were 2 of them, but I should have been able to handle those. No good Seraphim. So Kaku got fucked up by the Seraphim. I assume Robin also got fucked up by the Seraphim, but who knows? I have no idea. I get it. Just sleep already. So, alright. So, I mean, we know Rob and Kaku fought the Seraphim, and apparently Kaku got really fucked up. Shikaka, Pythagoras, Edison, ooh-ah! So, Lilith, I forget her name. She's crying. Edison's still kicking, Lilith, right. So Edison's all fucked up. I guess he got fucked up by a Seraphim. Yeah, okay. Can you keep it down for a sec, Lilith? I'm trying to contact the basement. So is that Usopp talking? So he's like, Usopp's like, shut the fuck up. Trying to contact downstairs. Who's in the basement? What's his name? The Daft Punk looking motherfucker. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? I assume he's in the basement because he was like shot down there. Wasn't that guy shot in the head? Isn't that guy dead now? I'm actually not sure. I don't know. I'm confused. But whatever, it's fine. 4 of the Vegapunks are wounded. 2 are dead. Okay, so 2 are dead. So, okay. Confirmation. 4 of the Vegapunks are wounded. 2 are dead. The Straw Hat crew is currently... What are you muttering, Lucci? I'm just talking to myself. I don't know. I feel like he's not talking to himself. I feel like he's making a report to somebody. Alright, here we go. Hey guys, you're all behaving yourselves right down there, right? Okay, so they actually saved the other Cypher Pole members, not from CP9 or CPV0, but like the Cypher Pole, like 5, 6, 4 guys who were captured by fucking York. So this is something that I kind of maybe had a little bit of an issue with last time. Because the thing is, York was kind of set up to be sort of like a compelling villain, and then we cut away to all this like, Kid versus Shanks, like Garp versus Blackbeard, all stuff that was really cool, as well as like the Reverie flashback with Sabo as kind of like our point of view character. All that stuff was dope, and I'm not mad that we flashed to it because we wanted that information, we got that information, it was great. I might need to refresh my memory on some of that information, but I do remember really enjoying it, and it was like really fun stuff to get, like really fun information to dive into, compelling conflicts, really good. Like, I'm really happy we got it. I am super bummed out. I'm not even gonna like sugarcoat it. The fact that we just like resolved all this York shit completely off screen Like, this is one moment where I think, like, those people who say, like, oh, like, what, we didn't get to see this thing that, like, was built up, you know, like, it was just off-screened. I completely agree with that criticism right here. Like, this bums me out. Like, are we gonna get a flashback? But, like, at this point, like, the tension between York being the secret traitor and all the other Vegapunks, and her taking out Vegapunks one by one, and her capturing Cypherpole members, and controlling the Seraphim, like, now it's just like, it seems like everything has just been resolved. And yes, we do have another encroaching force. We have the Marines and their fleet, we have Kizaru, we have Saturn. Like, there are interesting things on the horizon, and so many things to get to. I know Oda has his hands full, he's got a lot to get to here. It does bum me out that we cut this funny, like, this really fun and, like, entertaining whodunit that he was building up, and just cut it at the knees. And, like, now we're just, like, the tension has been entirely deflated. York is just, like, a bumbling buffoon who's getting beat up by, like, Nami. I don't know. Like, this actually is a bit of a bummer to me. Like, I'm not happy with the way Oda handled this. I'm just gonna be perfectly honest. Let's see what happens. Labo Phase Basement. It's one of the Straw Hat Pirates. Thanks for the food, you're our saviors. So now these guys are all on, you know, all these Cypherpole guys are Straw Hat stands. They're gonna, you know, join the Straw Hat Pirates, so these are all the new crew members. Hey, keep it down, they're still the enemy. We would have died without them, though. Hey, can you get us out of here? Sorry, no can do. At least take us to a different room. It's hard to relax with those monsters in here. Oh, they got Seraphim captured in there? Oh, fuck, so they did capture the Seraphim. Wow. Interesting, okay. Aren't the Seraphim on your side? Yeah, but there's still a chance they'll go rogue. They'll be fine, right, Vegapunk? Naturally, we have the Seraphim in bubble balls, after all. Bubble balls, okay, so we've seen this. I think this is the type of stuff that Lilith, right? Lilith was shooting before? Yeah. Yeah, Lilith had this bubble ball thing for capturing Seraphim, I believe. I'm pretty sure that's where we know the bubble ball is from. Okay, cool. So these guys look kind of scuffed, especially Jinbei boy, because Sanji beat the fuck out of him. We got not Vegapunk, little Mihawk, little Boa, and little Kuma. They're all captured, and they look a little scuffed. They look a little fucked up. Okay. Fine. I mean, like I said, I don't like that this was resolved off screen. Like, it was an interesting conflict, and now it's just resolved, you know? I'm not saying that these people won't become players and won't become interesting or be reintroduced into the conflict in some way. They might be. But in the moments, like, as I'm reading this, like, this is my train of thought, my stream of conscious, like, as I explain how I'm feeling as I read this chapter, I'm not a fan of this turn of events. Like, that's just how I feel at the moment, okay? They're made of the same material as the Mach 3's bubble shields. And it's been infused with the energy of the sea. Gotcha. Something like this can actually trap us? So this guy's surprised. There's no better way to hold fruit users. So these guys are all fruit users, so... is this guy a fruit user? Little Mihawk? He's a fruit user? I didn't know that. Really? They look just like normal soap bubbles. It looks like... So I guess they're surprised that they're being held. At least little Mihawk is. There's no need to ask them for reassurance. We haven't received any orders to eliminate you. You are of no interest to you. Or use to us. Okay, so that's what little Boa says. I see. What a relief. I guess we can rest easy. You might have a mean streak, but we really owe you, S-Snake. Oh, they owe her? Okay. Thanks for undoing your petrification on us. Okay, so she undid the petrification. It's so peculiar. She wasn't programmed to act like that. Interesting. Okay, so she did something outside of her programming. She has emotions. She has feelings. That's very interesting. Hey, Hancock. I need you to help them out. They're my friends. Oh, she loves Luffy. Oh, God, that's so funny. Okay. You're the only one who can do it. I'm counting on you. Okay, I get it. I get it. Okay, I get it. I get it already. Please just stop looking at me like that. Okay, so obviously baby Hancock, just like grown-up Hancock, loves Luffy, so she could not resist. Wahaha, she's just like the real Hancock, the world's worst personality, but she's got a weak spot for Luffy. Nice. That's really funny, and honestly, I love that. I love that that was like her weakness that they were able to exploit. That's really good. Alright, it's funny to see her Seraphim have the same disposition. Good call, Jim. I mean, Jinbei would know this because he was around Hancock during Marineford. So he actually, you see, these are the type of moments that I'm glad. Like, I'm not gonna say I'm not like against Jinbei being a part of the crew. I know some people were like a little bit like less hype about him joining for one reason or another. I'm fine with him joining. You know, he is a bit like OP, but like I think it's okay. Whatever. Like we're late enough into the series that having like an extra OP person, I don't think like ruins the dynamic of the crew. I think he's kind of like on the level with like Sanji and Zoro. I think they're all kind of like, you know, they're all like the new Yonko commanders for Luffy in a way. With Robin being sort of like the Black Maria or like whatever, you know, like kind of like the next rung down, like, you know, just below Yonko commander essentially, like next top from the top essentially. How fascinating. The traits passed on by the lineage factor during the cloning process go far deeper than I expected. So interesting. So Vegapunk learned something new, as did we. Very cool. This is cute. That was really cool of you, Hancock. Oh, it says love you. Oh, they highlighted L-O-F-U. Aww, so she's freaking out. Yeah, no way did you just say love you. Love you, Hancock. That's so funny. It's a cute gag. It's a cute gag. I like this. Good stuff. Stella, we've got the comm system working again. Okay, so this is Pythagoras? I forget which one this is. The like sheep girl, the giant sheep girl. I forget what her designation is as a Vegapunk. But the Frontier Dome still isn't responding to our signal. We can't leave without disabling the barrier. You're wasting your time. I put a passcode on it. Punk York put a passcode on it. She's looking like a big bitch. Hilarious. She's got a great design. I love her design. I wish Oda didn't cuck her so hard in this whole scenario, but whatever, we'll get past it. And don't bother syncing to Punk Records, because I never uploaded it. Oh, did I lose my player? Are we good? I think we're good. I think we're good, right? Yeah, we're good. Okay, cool. Sorry, guys. I think Twitch had a little bit of an error, and I lost my player there for a moment. But I don't think we lost the stream. I think the stream is all good. I didn't see any sort of disconnection, so hopefully we're all good. Okay, so continuing. Okay, so Lilith attacking York. You dirty traitor! And Lilith will beat the fuck out of York, I think. But who knows? Haha, that passcode and the military might of the world are my protection. All this laughing's making me hungry. So she's hungry. She is their desire. She eats, sleeps, shits, and fucks for everybody. Just like a good woman should. That's fucked up. That's so fucked up, man. I need to stop making jokes like this. I hope you guys know that these are jokes. Like, they're not even good jokes. Like, admittedly, I'm, you know, stream of conscious. I'm just saying shit, you know. Sometimes I say some out-of-pocket shit, and I'm like, I shouldn't have said that. That was, like, not funny, or, particularly, like, a good-natured joke. Like, you know, but I hope you guys know, I'm just, you know, I didn't mean that type of shit. I don't actually think women belong in the kitchen. Let's be real here. I mean, clearly, these ladies are, I mean, York is clearly smart enough to, you know, outsmart all of these other super geniuses. You know, she can do whatever she fucking wants, man. If she wants to eat, sleep, you know, and, you know, shit and fuck, I like to do that stuff too, man. She's a woman after my own heart, you know what I'm saying? We are the same, her and I. Grr, you really pissed me off. Oh, we got Stussy, the hottest bitch in the batch. Stella, we're completely surrounded. I'd wager there's 100 ships of all sizes and approximately 30,000 Marines. Fuck. That's even bigger than Kaido's forces, I think, on Wano. Or at very least comparable. I think there was about 25,000 if you include like the ninjas and the samurai that defected and joined his troops. So yeah, that's a big deal. They're pulling out all the stops, huh? So we got Sanji. Lady Stussy, would you care for some coffee? Aw, I love Sanji, man. I believe your name is Nami. You're the cruise navigator, correct? Yep, you betcha. She's got like a fucking mug, cool little mug. The log hasn't finished recalibrating, but we could use this one. We locked onto it while we were in Wano. It's pointing northeast. Ah, that'll be Elbaf. Yes! Hell yeah! We're picking up the kid pirates, who might be dead, I don't know. But I imagine they'll be around, maybe. Is Kid still alive? Only time will tell. Are we gonna get the damned god Jika? Or the damned one Jika after all? Oh god, kid bros. When will we learn? When will we learn that our actions have consequences? Alright, Elbaf, so Luffy and Usopp freak the fuck out, because, you know, of course they want to go to Elbaf, like, more than anyone. We finally get to go there? The island of our dreams? Oh yeah, dude, I'm so fucking excited. If we get to go to Elbaf, bro. I think I've heard, that might be another spoiler I've heard, is that we, like, I don't know if we're there currently in the story, but I think I have heard somewhere that, oh god, Stussy looks so good. God damn, dude. Fuck, Oda designed, like, the baddest bitch. I don't know, I love her design so much, and god, does she look good in that outfit. Okay, sorry, I'll stop being horny on main, alright? My bad, guys. Alright. Giants, Elbaf, Elbaf. Where everything's tall, it's the home of the giants after all. Aw, Luffy and Usopp singing like a fucking sea shanty together about Elbaf. That's fucking adorable. I love it. These guys are best buddies, and I love them. And man, I want Usopp to get some fucking, like, I want Usopp to get some dedicated, like, cool character moments on Elbaf. Give him that, Oda. Please, I know you have a lot to do. Make Elbaf Usopp's arc, for the love of God, I pray. I pray, Goda. Please do it. Please do it. Be the best boy that you were always meant to be, and give us what we want. Give Usopp his time to shine. Please. Okay? Will you quit glowering at me already? Oh, so, obviously, this boy, Lucci, still pissed at Stussy for fucking biting his neck and getting all sexy with him. I mean, I don't know, man. I would forgive her, but I'm a weak man, unlike Lucci. Thank the stars, your ship is already up here on the Labostratum. Now, honestly, Lucci, you can't trust a hoe, so yeah, I feel ya. Yeah. Sleep with one eye open around this bitch. Thank the stars, your ship is already up here on the Labostratum. The coast is swarming with naval ships, so it won't be possible for us to leave via the regular port. I mean, they could use the Coupe de Burst. If we want to head northeast, it'd be best to leave from the back of the island. Yes, agreed. Luckily, Vega Force 01 is on standby right next to her ship. So Vega Force 01 is dope, giant robot, Ricky Ricardo over here. Ideally, we'd be able to use it to fly over the blockade. Yeah, you could. Unfortunately, it'll be impossible to make it all the way since Vega Force 01 depends on the climate maintained by the island's aircon system, meaning we'll plummet the second we clear Egghead's airspace. That'll be good enough. We can rely on the Sunny's Coupe de Burst after that. Oh, nice. Okay, I'm happy that Frankie gets to show off to Vegapunk, because Vegapunk is Frankie's hero. Year of Frankie, bros. We still have hope. No, we don't. No, we fucking don't. It's already the new year. We have no hope. We have zero hope. Sorry, bros. It's over for us. We can use it to keep flying for a kilometer. That should be enough to get away. You mean to say your ship can fly that far? Unbelievable. Let's go with that plan then. It's powered by Cola. Cola? I love that Vegapunk's surprised by that. That's great. Okie dokie. First things first, though. We need to get cracking on lowering the Frontier Dome. My lips are sealed. I said get cracking. So these guys are hacking and cracking, trying to crack the code. You should know better than to underestimate us. We're Vegapunk. Fuck yeah, that's pretty dope. Lilith, go to Vega Force 01 and... We have to hurry. They could have the barrier down any minute now. We need to carry the ship to the backside of the island, so it's ready. Yeah, we gotta drop the barrier to get away, but doing that will make us vulnerable. Alright, so who's going? Luffy, Lilith, Frankie, and someone else? I'm not sure. Get away, but doing that will make us vulnerable. That's right. Oh, and Bonnie. Okay, cool. To be honest, I'm a tad excited. This will be my first time leaving this island. Oh, hell yeah, dude. I'm excited we get to travel. If we actually get to travel with all the Vegapunks, I feel like Kizaru's gonna fuck shit up, and that won't happen, but I feel like at least we're gonna get Stella for a little bit, because we need Stella to meet with Saul, I think, but we'll see. Who knows? When we get to, you guys know, Elbaf, yeah. I'll say we don't have enough food for that. We're not exactly going on a picnic. I'll say we don't have enough food for that. So yeah, Luffy's carrying his backpack full of food. Yeah, and what we had earlier wasn't enough either. We should stock up on pizza. Yeah, I love that Bonnie and Luffy are just completely on the same wavelength when it comes to food. Just grab some cheese. Sanji will handle the rest. Hell yeah. Man, that guy's great. A chef who can fight. Oh, man. Oh, dude. Honestly, like, Bonnie and Sanji, now that's a match made in heaven, dude. I love that. Hey, what's with a sudden change of attitude from yesterday? Okay, so Luffy's like, what the fuck? Why are you being so friendly all of a sudden? Don't worry, I'm not gunning for Vegapunk anymore. I feel better now. Well, that's good. You were crying nonstop last night. I was not. We've had a transmission from Rob Lucci. It summarizes current status inside the dome. Okay, so Lucci is a sellout. He's giving them all this information. Wow, okay. Relay the information to the rest of the fleet. Did you hear the update, Borsalino? Sure did. Straw Hat talked a big game earlier, but it sounds like they're trapped. The Frontier Dome is a laser-based defense system, correct? You're made of light. Think you can get through? To be honest, I'm sure I can. I just have to deal with my pal down there first, since he's standing by Vegapunk. Fly over him. Wait, to be honest, I'm sure I can. Oh, his pal, he's talking about, his nephew? What's his name? Sumo guy. The axe guy who got his ass beat by Lucci, right? So is he gonna kill that guy? Since he's standing by Vegapunk. Fly over him. After he's resolved to put his life on the line, that would be a spitting in his face. At least let me do this my way. So we're getting some Kizaru, like a bit of personality from him. Like we're hearing more about like what he cares about, I think. Also, if I skip over him and attack right away, Sentomaru is his name. Sentomaru will use the weaponized sea beast and his squadron of 50 pacifista. Okay, yeah, so that's a big force. To sink all our ships, our casualties would be extremely high. We can prepare, but I do not wish to draw this out too long. Do you have the location of the power station? Rob Lucci is an outstanding agent. He sent us all the information we could want. Okay, cool. So Kizaru has the information from Rob Lucci. He knows exactly what to target. Battle stations, battle stations, battle stations. All right, so these guys are getting ready. We got this Bluno-looking motherfucker. We got this old hag. We got the guy with like a million chins. We got Oars Jr. over here or something. Tell everyone who can use the 6 powers to fly ashore the second the battle starts. Okay, so any 6 power users, get over there. Yes, sir. We're going to free all the captured Cypher Pull agents. Roger that. I mean, this is a weird looking... Oh, that's the elephant. Remember, the Pacifista are invulnerable to cannon fire, so target the weaponized sea beast instead. Aye, aye. So these guys are all prepping. This is a blast! Haha! I love these Sky Island mystery clouds, so this is fun. So they got like these like kind of jumpy clouds. Dahaha, I totally feel the same, but we gotta stay focused. The Sunny's right there. Okay, so they're about to get to the Sunny. Oh shit, and here comes Kizaru. So, just to recap, what happened the last time the Straw Hats faced Kizaru? They got fucking folded. That's what happened. They got folded, they were gonna die, and Kuma saved them. So, all this stuff with Vegapunk, Kuma, Sentomaru, like this, one of the things I really liked about Egghead, and Egghead's been a really interesting and fun, like kind of like mini arc almost. It feels like a sort of Act 2 or reprise version of, or reprise of, what's it called? Sabaody. which is the pre-time skipped arc that I'm sure you are all very familiar with. It precluded the what's it called, the war, the Whitebeard versus the Marines War, the Paramount War, and it started with, you know, Luffy and the supernovas kind of converging on this island, them kind of attracting the attention by beating up some Tenryubito. Kizaru came to deal with that. The Pacifista came to deal with that, with Sentomaru kind of, you know, shepherding them. And then eventually led to, you know, all the crew getting fucking decimated, getting separated, because Kuma used his Pawpaw Fruit to basically save everybody from getting killed by Kizaru. So we're following Kuma, we're following all these like characters that are big players and like kind of really important to the story that's happening right now, are like basically almost like reprising their roles in new ways from that arc. So this very much feels like it's a second, like kind of like a reprise of what happened at the end of Act 1 of One Piece, which I would consider like, you know, before the time skip, essentially. So it's really interesting, and it makes me feel like this arc is going to end in a very dramatic and impactful way. Maybe not with the crew getting separated, but something big is going to happen. And I feel like that's pretty clear. And I don't know exactly what's going to happen because I haven't been spoiled to it. But like, it just feels like we're leading to something like similar to the level of what happened in Sabaody happening. Maybe even bigger. I don't know. We'll see what Oda has in store for us. But it's very interesting to see these players from that arc kind of making reprising their roles in new and interesting ways. Now that we know more about them and know about their connections with other characters in the story. So, really interesting stuff. Yata no Kagami. Okay, so he's shooting the light beam to try to get... Yeah, this is how he travels, Yata no Kagami. A sacred mirror that's one of the 3 imperial regalia of Japan is what that means. So these guys all see it. So he's bouncing or fucking around. So you're finally coming. Bring it on, Unk. So he's going to take him on. Okay. All Pacifista. So, okay. Sentomaru's looking fucking game. Okay. I mean, he got fucking wasted by Rob Lucci, so how game could he really be? But we'll see. All Pacifista units, come in. Beep. Eliminate all targets. Oh, fuck. Here he comes. Here I come, Sentomaru-kun. Oh, shit. So he's going straight for Sentomaru. You should know. My guard's the toughest in the world. I mean, was it the toughest in the world when Lucci fucking folded you with, like, 1 attack? I don't think so. What's causing that light down there? Someone really strong is coming. So Luffy can sense it. And break next week. Obviously, it's not actually break next week. But this is a pretty cool clash. Seeing Sentomaru be badass, I'm still surprised that Lucci was able to get one over on Sentomaru. How was Lucci able to speed blitz Sentomaru when fucking Kizaru, the fastest man in the fucking universe, in the world, literally light speed, can't speed blitz him? Oda, you fucked up. That's pretty hacky of you to I don't know, like I maybe just saw it coming. I don't know. I don't know, man. I mean, whatever. It's fine. I'm looking forward to see Sentomaru do something cool. Hopefully he will, but we'll find out. Anyway, guys, man, it was fun to read this. It's fun to finally get a little bit caught up on One Piece. That being said, it is late. I did want to try to cover more on this stream. I was hoping to start a little bit earlier, but I just kind of got caught up doing stuff. I got caught up having to, reset my, streaming setup, and I have a cat now, so I gotta, take care of my cat and stuff. She's just a baby. She's just a little baby, So yeah, and I have other obligations. I'm trying to, finish up work. Got home late. There's a lot of stuff going on. But you know what? I am gonna try to stream again this weekend. Probably on Saturday, maybe tomorrow night. We'll see. I might have some time to stream tomorrow night. If I do, I'm not sure if it'll be One Piece or if it will be some sort of game. I just haven't decided yet. But I'll let you'll find out. You'll find out. So, okay, so stay tuned. Follow the channel here on Twitch if you haven't already. And yeah, I will see you guys soon. Obviously, like, I know I've been on a bit of a hiatus, but my streaming setup is looking good. The stream hasn't, had any interruptions, which has been a big issue for me recently, but I updated my capture device. Everything's looking all right. So yeah, this has been fun, and I look forward to doing more One Piece streams soon. We are going to get caught up. I promise. It might take a couple weeks, but we'll get there. We'll get there. We'll get caught up to the new stuff. It'll be a lot of fun. So thank you guys for joining me on this epic adventure on the high seas, and I will see you all soon enough. Have a good one, and ahoy.